Oh my goodness. Good evening. And you are watching the Live Today show right here on CAN TV Channel 21. We're also streaming live at cantv.org/hotline. Now, this is an interactive show, so the next 25 minutes is your opportunity to call in with your questions or comments at the number you see below on your screen. That number is 312-738-1060. Again, that number is 312-738-1060. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Sheri, and I am your host of the Live Today show and the founder of the Live Today Foundation, where our mission is to provide joy, inspiration, and free compression garments to under-resourced and underserved cancer survivors living with lymphedema. Yes, you heard me right. Free compression garments to those individuals living with lymphedema. Now, I am super excited about today's show. Before I get started, I want to let you guys know, those of you that are following us and you want to know more information about the Live Today show, you want to find out more information about the resources that the Live Today Foundation provides, please visit our website at www.live-today.org. And if we don't have the opportunity to get all of your questions or comments answered during tonight's show, please visit us at info@live-today.org. Send us an email at info@live-today.org. And if there's something that has been shared during this evening's program and you want further clarification, you can also feel free to give us a call at 754-220-0234. Now, we don't want you to stop there. We want you to also follow us on all of our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at livetoday.org. That is Live Today, DOTORG. Now, as we reflect on the tragedy that occurred in our country 18 years ago today, I'm reminded about words spoken by President Obama during a 2011 radio address. He said these words: "Even the smallest act of service, the simplest act of kindness, is a way to honor those we lost, a way to reclaim the spirit of unity that followed 9/11. Well, the Live Today Foundation is one of my acts of service and kindness, and I count it a privilege and an honor to be able to serve my constituents in this manner. And the Live Today show is one of those avenues of demonstrating service and an act of kindness, because we do bring you invaluable resources and contacts and information that can really be pivotal in changing and revising and redirecting your life. So I want to start the show by giving you a reminder that the Live Today Foundation is partnering and joining forces with the Envision Life Foundation, another 501c3 nonprofit organization, actually founded by one of our co-producers, Miss Karen Roberts, that provides free services to cancer patients and their caregivers. Now, we are partnering, wait for it. We are partnering. We are producing together. We are bringing forth an inspirational play written by Beverly LaRue. Now, the play is a representation into the lives of 5 breast cancer patients and survivors and their caregivers who love them and are inspired by their journey. This play is entitled "The New Me I Didn't Want to Be." Wow. Just the title alone is very powerful. Listen to it. The New Me I Didn't Want to Be. A powerful story like this one has not been told before, and we felt it important to share the survivor perspective by actual survivors. Trust me, you and your loved ones will want to be a part of this inspirational, motivational, and life-changing theatrical production. I bet everyone at the sound of my voice is either a breast cancer patient, a survivor, a co-survivor, a caregiver, or someone you know is. What a powerful and unforgettable way to hear the expressions of your heart that you've felt but never spoken. To gain insight into a journey you've never quite understood, or to experience the freedom of finally being heard. Now, this memorable event will take place. It is going to take place at the Timothy Community Corporation on October 6, 2019, located at 4351 South Drexel Boulevard in Chicago, Illinois. Now, the event will start promptly at 4 p.m. Now, remember that when I say live, I am referring to love yourself and others, inspire those around you, voice your dreams and ambitions, and enjoy life. Now, if you recall, those of you that were tuned in on last month's show, I asked the question, so how do you move on from tragedy? And by tragedy, I mean cancer, lymphedema, a life-altering illness, loss of a loved one, loss of a career, a divorce, or permanent physical abnormality. To which I responded, you have to first acknowledge that you're not fine, to yourself and to others. So while they may not be words that you want to hear or say, and they certainly may not be words that others want to hear, they come from a good place nonetheless. Now, although your loved ones may hate that they can't help you more, you cannot allow yourself to be silenced or sequestered in an attempt to spare their feelings. Make no mistake, your words aren't meaningless or powerless in your life. They have creative power, just as God demonstrated when He created the heaven and earth with His words. Now you have the authority to do the same thing in your life. Now I want to share with you a scripture. Sometimes when I say that, my husband says, oh no, she's getting a bit preachy now. Well, the simple fact is I've been an ordained minister for 30 years, and I have a close, intimate relationship with my God. So I find it very difficult to separate Him from me, and I really would never want to. So if you will indulge me, there is a scripture in the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 21. And I'm going to read to you the New International Version of this scripture. It says this: the tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Your words have power. The saying that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me is dead wrong. Yeah, you heard me. My Facebook family out there, it's dead wrong. Our words are stones, and we are nothing more than stone throwers with each word we speak. So get this, if our words contain beauty, people treasure them. If our words contain pain, people toss them aside, but not until after they have had to deal with the wound they caused. Here is why your confession of you not being fine to yourself and to others is so important. Yes, when you speak those words out loud, it hurts. It's a wound. It's a wound because you thought it in your mind, but you hadn't expressed it verbally. So when it comes out of your mouth, you hear those words, and it lands on your heart, and that can be painful. Just like telling your loved ones how you feel and that you are not fine and that you are struggling and that you're having difficulty moving on and moving past where you are now. Certainly, them hearing your pain is painful to them. But the reason why I said it comes from a good place is because you're not expressing those words to be spiteful. You're not expressing your feelings in order to cause pain. You are expressing where you are right now and the feelings that you have internalized and suppressed. You're getting them out because you want to move from where you are now to a place of deliverance. And you cannot do that until you first confess it. Just like I said, When words cause pain, they will be tossed aside, but only after individuals have had to deal with the wound that they have created. So now that you confess, the wound has been created, but now you can heal that wound. See, me as a physician, let me give you this analogy. If a patient comes to me and they've cut themselves really badly, but they get to me early on, I can look at it, I can clean it out, I can throw some sutures in it, sew it up, put a nice dressing on it, tell them how to take care of it. It heals up nicely, and hopefully within about 6 months, 6 to 9 months, you'll see maybe a very thin scar. Sometimes you can't even tell that it was there at all. However, if an individual cuts themselves, they don't come in. They don't really clean it. They neglect it. They think it's going to go away. It'll heal on its own. Well, now when infection sets in, because it hasn't been appropriately addressed, they come in to see me, but now it's too late. I can't close up that wound because it's too dirty. So I have to leave it open. I have to now let that wound heal on its own. So I can go in and I can clean and I can do what we call debride. That means you cut away the nasty scar tissue and you allow that wound to continue to heal over and to heal on its own, and eventually it will heal. But it's going to leave a larger scar than had you taken care of it initially to begin with. But the point is, either way, there was healing. And another point is, the healing only occurred when you took action to get the healing that you needed. And so, like I stated, one of the first things you have to do, this is your first step, is confessing with your mouth to yourself and to others, those that are around you, your loved ones. Confess to them that you are not fine. And although, like I stated, they may not be words that are easy to say or words that are easy to hear, they come from a good place, because once you confess it, the power of your confession will allow you to move forward. So now, I'm going to give you one more scripture. That's it. I'm not going to be preaching anymore, but just one more scripture. And it's from the same book of Proverbs, same chapter 18, but now it's verse 4. And it says, a person's words can be life-giving water. Words of true wisdom are as refreshing as a bubbling brook. I want now your confession to be, now that I have claimed where I was and that I was not fine, now I have a new confession. And now once that confession is made, it's going to be easier for you to take one step, one day, 1 week, and one treatment at a time. This is going to result in you pushing yourself beyond where you think you could possibly go, and it's going to force you to now formulate a new plan for yourself. So, once you make that confession, now that you have confessed where you are, because let me put it to you this way, until you confess where you are, it is impossible for you to formulate a plan to get you to where you want to go. And with that, I hear we have a caller. Caller, are you there?
Hey, doctor, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Who is this?
My name is Joe. I may have a different perspective that you may have.
Yes.
If you sit around waiting for some time for, well, a family member or other people to help you, that help may not come. You better learn how to be self-reliant.
Yes.
And there are some people out here that enjoy it, find it entertaining, try to knock you down and kick you down and try to keep you down. And I have dealt with different types of issues. And like I said, you better learn how to help yourself.
Joe, you are so right. And your comments is just in line with what I was sharing with the viewers. And I so appreciate that. We cannot rely and count on our loved ones understanding or even opening up the path to get us to that road to freedom of being able to move on. We have to take responsibility for ourselves and for the plan for our lives. And you hit the nail on the head, Joe. Thank you so much. I I really appreciate that. See, Joe gets it. Joe gets it. There is a time when you initially, let's say the onslaught of things have happened. And you got to take a minute to get yourselves together. And I'm talking to my Facebook fans here. You have to take your time to get yourself together, because sometimes it's just overwhelming. You don't even know how to formulate the words. You know that what I'm feeling now is not right, but I don't even know how to put this pain into words. And so I'm not saying to be able to push past that point, because sometimes you do have to let things settle. But there comes a time that when the dust has settled, and things are, you know that they are not right. You know that they are not right physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And you know that I'm not fine. And when you're not fine, you cannot live out your purpose. Think about it this way. Alcoholics Anonymous, okay? With Alcoholics Anonymous, an individual goes to Alcoholic Anonymous because they have confessed that they have a problem, that they are not fine, that they are an alcoholic. And when they go to their meetings, they must, when they take the floor, they have to profess out of their mouths, my name is Jane and I am an alcoholic. And that is in light of what I'm asking you, and I am insisting, and please trust me on this because I had to do it myself. That is the same type of stand that we have to take in order for us to really be able to move on and to let go and live today and every day. You can't let go of your past until you have acknowledged, one, where your past has brought you to, and you have to come to truths and to grips to where you are in your present. Until you confess it with your mouth, you cannot begin to formulate a plan to get you to where you need to go. Now, and with that, I want to remind you guys, if you want to find out more details about the Live Today Foundation, the resources that we offer, how we even got started in the first place, or if you're interested in how you can become a volunteer or to support the organization in any kind of way, go out to www.live-today.org. And if you weren't able to call in during today's show, please send us an email at info@live-today.org. And certainly you can feel free to give us a call at 754-220-0234. And if no one answers your call when you first call, please leave us a message. I assure you that someone from my staff will get back in touch with you. And who knows, you may be getting a call directly from me. I'm just saying. And we want you to follow us on our social media. Please follow us at livetoday.org. That is livetoday.org. And listen, I got to tell you guys, make sure you tune in next time on October 9th at 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, when we will continue to discuss live and how to transform your life. Remember, I'm Dr. Sheri, and I want you to be present, take charge, and live today and every day. God bless.